Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Renee and I dream and do from faith and trust and always a little bit of pixie dust, experiencing joy and abundance along the way. I am so excited that you're here and I can't wait to share my life in retirement, or what I'd like to call reinvention, with you. Today I wanted to post my first video really about just something that's real and raw for me, to help you get to know me a little better. And I thought, what a perfect day. It's the night before an anniversary of mine. Tomorrow would have been 12 years since I got sober in January 14th, 2014. I'll never forget the day. Actually, I will forget the day because honestly, I didn't realize that I had stopped drinking when I did. I just kind of realized maybe 5 or 6 days into it that I hadn't had a drink in 5 or 6 days. And that was really, really uncommon because I drank every day, all day long, for a long, long time. So it was January 14th, I finally figured out 2014 was my sobriety date, and I had a good 9 years of sobriety, the most incredible years of my life. I actually went to Alcoholics Anonymous, and I was very embedded in that culture and environment, and I loved it, and I absolutely loved my life. And I still love my life. Somewhere along the way, not somewhere along the way, during COVID, I actually stopped going to meetings, which is a big no-no in Alcoholics Anonymous, but they started having them online. And I really didn't care for them online. I know now it's just resistance. And listen, there's no shame in my game, really. All of this is just part of my life experience, and I don't have a lot of shame around it. So I had stopped going to meetings, and one day, maybe a couple of years later, I didn't drink immediately. A few years later, my dog sitter left me a gift, and she wanted to thank me for referring so many clients to her. And she left me 2 bottles of wine in a nice box, and she didn't know that I didn't drink. And so, it was just like perfect timing where I just opened up the bottle of red wine and I drank the whole thing. And then I drank a little bit of the white wine. I got sicker than a dog. I threw up everywhere. It was not a good experience at all because my body wasn't used to it. I hadn't had a drink in over 9 years. And so, anyway, that was kind of the beginning of when I would say I lost my sobriety, or I gave it up. And I haven't gotten it back. Maybe 3 months later, I drank again, like a couple glasses of wine, and then a few months later I might have drank again, and I kind of was thinking, wow, maybe I've got this, because I really wasn't, I didn't go full bore into drinking all the time. It was just kind of every few months I would have a drink. And then I sold my business in 2024, which was an amazing thing. And I found myself with not a lot to do in Arizona, and I started drinking more. And I was living in a new home where I didn't know a lot of neighbors. And it just was a very conducive environment to start drinking more. It has not gotten to the point where it was back in 2014 when I was completely out of control, but it is to the point where I don't want to do it. It is in my head. It's constantly there, almost on a daily basis, of like, should I or shouldn't I? And if you are a person who has ever struggled with drinking or with alcohol, you know what I'm talking about. The voice, it's that voice. It's, should I? No, stay, go, blah, 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 right? And it's just like, my God, just relieve me from the bondage of self, which we used to say in Alcoholics Anonymous. But I'm just here today to tell you that I'm on a journey back to sobriety. I have some very weird resistance to Alcoholics Anonymous right now. I don't really feel like going and doing that. So I have been doing tons of meditation. And to be honest, I felt like I had a big breakthrough yesterday. But I just kind of wanted to share this story with you as we get started in sharing all kinds of stories about abundance, about sobriety, about meditation, Dr. Joe Dispenza, who I absolutely love, reinventing yourself in retirement, and also some business stories, real estate stories, things that I'm really interested in. So I hope you will subscribe, and I hope you'll follow along as I dream and do in faith and trust and a little bit of pixie dust, experiencing joy and abundance along the way. And I hope to inspire you to do the same.